And welcome to African Voices platform. My name is Chiwa Chihana, your host tonight. Now, we've been bringing you coverage from Sierra Leone, where my colleague Bailo Jalo has been stationed the last month. So today we bring you an exclusive right from Sheffield, where we are. And this is from the Change the Word Poets. So Change the Word Poets will be hosting an event in Sheffield and wanted to talk to one of the organizers. So my guest tonight is Diyo. Diyo, good evening and welcome to African Voices platform.
Good evening, Chiwe. I'm very happy that you received me on your African Voice platform today. Thank you.
I'm excited to have you because I think we've been trying to schedule some time to talk about the work you have been doing, your journey, and just you, Diyo, because you're part of the fabric of the African community here in Sheffield, but also the part of the culture, arts, and heritage community that we belong to. So really pleased to have you.
Thank you, Chiwe.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we've always said, before we get into the poetry cafe that you're talking about, one of the things we've always said, I know you, we've done a few things together in the artist world, but I don't really know you in a way. And I thought this would be a moment for us to get to know Diyo because you're already engaged within the community. So who is Diyo?
So Diyo is a Congolese guy, originally from the Congo. I grew up in South Africa. I moved to Congo. I was still a little boy, so I spent most of my life in South Africa. Really, I moved to the UK in 2019, and then I decided to join the community. I started volunteering, so until today I still volunteer for Volunteer Action Sheffield with New Beginning Project. I'm just jumping on board back again with Cohesion Sheffield, and I'm a big member of the Good Chance family. So that's where this event is actually coming about, with the collective. We've got brilliant people and amazing people that we work with.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Good Chance family birthed Change the Word Collective, which is something you're part of that I am part of. And can you tell me a bit about the group itself?
So the group, it's quite, it's very casual. It's a friendly space where anybody can join. If anyone that is interested in developing the artistic skills. So mostly we focus on poetry. We meet every Monday, and then we just write poetry. We do workshop, and then we just encourage each other. Before the COVID, we used to meet at the Sheffield Theatre, and then when we had to go to lockdown, we still continue meeting, but it was online on Zoom, so we still kept the Monday. So we just write poetry. We just encourage each other. Really, it's just a friendly environment. Yeah, a lot of love.
Yeah, lovely. When I first met you, it was actually through that, and we contributed to the anthology, the words we carry. I believe that's the one that we did. Yes, amazing. That's actually it. Yeah, so we've both got poetry published in there, which was amazing. But what other things you've done? A lot more things since then in the arts, in culture arts, and you've participated in so many festivals. Can you tell us a bit more about what people have been doing in your group and what you've been developing?
With the group, we had an online performance at the Migration Matter. Was it last year or the year after? The previous year, sorry, not the year after. The previous year, I think 2020 when we were put in lockdown, and Migration Matter had an online festival, which was amazing. And it was the first time we actually took part in the online festival, and we had to bring the whole show online. That was amazing. And then we changed the word it kind of extended. It's not only in Sheffield. We have changed the word in Coventry. We have changed the word in Barnsley, and then very soon there will be changed the word in other parts of the UK. Let me just say, there's a bird that's kind of whispers saying there's something's going to happen in Bradford, but I'm not right. I'm just saying, but we try to get to go around the UK just to have changed the word. Any city that is in need So change the word. Firstly, I think it came with the dome. Maybe I didn't mention the dome earlier on. The dome that was built in Cali.
Yeah.
I think 2015, and that's how Good Chance. The small story of Good Chance. You're welcome to read about it in the website. That how Good Chance came to be, and then we got this change the word where anyone is free to welcome from people from different background. Personally, I have been all over. I've performed with Migration Meta Festival. I'm always a big love of Migration Meta Festival because that's what it speaks about us, So we need to be there. I've performed at a Sightline festival. It was also an England festival. I've performed at the Museum of the Home in London. And I always perform at all our collective for Good Chance. Yeah.
That's great. So you touched on, when you were talking about performances at Migration Matters Festival, you talked about how, I think within Change the Word, the collective across the country, it was based in Calais because Good Chance Theatre had a dome there where they did some performances, but that was targeted at the migrant community. Is that correct? So this is what Good Chance, the collective stands upon.
No, the collective, it's a part of Good Chance. So Good Chance started in Calais. So the collective part actually came later. So it didn't happen at the dome.
Yeah.
Although it's always a goal like we had in Sheffield. We were preparing ourselves in 2019 so we can perform at the Dome, which was built in Barker's Pool here in Sheffield. Yeah. But the UK Word always blessed us, and then we couldn't perform actually our collective performance in the Dome, so we had to do it at the Winter Garden. But then still later on, the Dome came up, and then other activity took place. So this is something that people can read more about in the website. I'm not really touched deep into Good Chance. I know what is the collective. The
collective of Change the Word.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then it's also safe to say that when Good Chance Theatre brought Little Amau on tour, the Change the Word collective supported that work as well.
Yes. So I was part of the UK welcoming team. So I welcomed Little Amau since Folkestone. Is it Folkestone? Until we went up to COP26 in Glasgow. So it was just an amazing experience, really. Yeah. So
tell me about that. I would love to hear about, because I mean, the whole nation stood still and they went to watch Little Amau, and it brought home the story of the migrant community, of people who seek sanctuary, who seek safety. So just tell me what that experience was like.
So there were a couple of events, because we had a parade, and then there was a couple of performances that Little Amau had to appear in certain theaters and do a bit of artistic piece with. So each city they were welcoming Amau, and then we go to that city, and then we have events or performance there. But it was not just art, but it was more like a place of you feel like you belong there. You kind of relate to the story of Amau, because you leave danger and come to seek greener pasture somewhere. Although she had to go meet her mother in Manchester, and she had to start school. That was the storyline about Little Amau. But personally, there was a couple of times where I couldn't, although we were I had to work, I had to get things done. And when I look at Amau, and then just the reaction and how the puppeteers were running Amau, I was going in tears. I was just in shock at that time. And then it just brings memory. And then you just feel like this really is something to make people aware of, that refugees are there, asylum seekers are there, and they are really in need. It's not just whatever that people can put in that way, but it could be a very serious matter for a little child, especially going to a place where she doesn't know. and then she's going to look for a mother. It was very difficult, but the message was shared. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's really amazing, wonderful. So the Poetry Cafe that's taking place this weekend, that is being brought by all that wealth of experience that comes with Good Chance Theatre and Change the Word Poets. Tell us tell us everything about it. What do we need to know?
So we as we always meet, we do our workshop, we write poetry. So the poetry, the pieces that we write, we don't just chuck it under the bed. We make a collective, a book, like the one that we did together with I mean, I got other 3 books here. Mm-hmm. So this was in 2019.
The Words We Carry, yeah.
Yeah, 19. We started in 2019 and maybe 20. Mm-hmm. This is my all-time favorite because I got one of the best poems here. I always have good poems, but I think
wow.
The best poems. Yeah, the case Unexpected Sound. You can find all this thing on the website, really. Mm-hmm. And then this was last year at Barnsley. I've not contributed in this one, but it's from the poets in Barnsley. Unfortunately, I don't have any book. I don't have any book from Coventry, but there's also a book from Coventry.
Coventry. I have it somewhere, but I wish I had thought about it. I would have brought it to the screen. But yes, I have the copy of that one. So that's Change the Words Poets. Yeah. And so the people that will be presenting the poetry, are we expecting multiple nationalities? What give me the juice. What's the
Okay, so the juice is gonna be more like a fruit cocktail with different foods, yeah. Where you get people from you get the locals, the British, you get people from Africa, from Asia. You just get a mixture of the cultures and then brought together. That's why the collective is so good, because when you read it, I write my poems are based on my personal life experience. So I can imagine if the others also rewrite the same. So it kind of brings you different culture, and it's something very beautiful to read. And the performance was just amazing, because all our performances are just out of this world. Yeah.
Yeah, a little thing that I've also noticed with this particular preparation as you've been rehearsing for this. I haven't been to any of the rehearsals because I haven't written anything in a long time, but I've noticed that Connie, who is a theatre producer, has been working with you guys. So shall we expect a bit of performance in this poetry session?
Oh yes, whenever Connie, sorry for the pronunciation there, but whenever Connie is involved, you must just expect that there will be fun time, and there will be of twist around. And then the good thing about the Poetry Cafe is that it's not going to be a formal event where you have poets that come in front and then you all sit and listen. This is going to be more like sitting around the lounge and someone just standing next to you and just reading a beautiful poem. Wow. And the way Connie set it up, I think you need to come and see, because this will be just going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. So that's on Saturday. Where is it, and how much do people have to pay? What's the story?
So it is free of charge, and then it's at Jubilee Center on Wilson Road, S11 8RN. So Sugar 11 8 Roberts. Is it Roberts November? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a beautiful venue. It's an amazing venue. There's a church also there. There's a church building on top. I'm part of the church as well. But at the bottom, that's where the venue is. Everybody's welcome. It's free. The book that we're gonna publish. I got.
Is that how it's gonna look? Right behind you there.
Yeah. So this is the whole book. This is the back. This is the front.
Amazing.
And the book will be there on Saturday.
Is that the launch itself? Is the Poetry Cafe launching the book?
So we're launching the book as well. And then the book is only, for the guests that are coming on Saturday, it's only £3. The normal price is £5, but a little discount is always good. So we put it £3 really for our guests on Saturday. So you're welcome to come and support us. And then it's free. You can have coffee, you can have tea with us, you can have a chat, you can make friends, you can make good new connection, because it's we invited people from different organizations. because we know that it's a friendly space, it's an open space for everybody to just come and have a good time and listen to poetry.
Right, lovely. You were going to read me a poem today. So could you read or guess one of your poems, any poem that you feel like you like?
Any poem. So
yours, hopefully yours.
No, I'll read mine. So I wanted to read one of the poems which is gonna be in the book. But let me rather read Mama used to say, one of my best poems.
Oh wow, I know that one, but yes, go ahead.
All my poems are good.
Yes, they are. I agree. Your poems are good. Yes.
Or I can read a poem that I wrote about my mother. It was Mother's Day sometime or Women's Day. We always lose count of those things. So let me read the one that I want to have in the book.
Okay.
So it's called The Drowned Generation. Sorry, I'm gonna read it from the screen because I don't have it on the book yet. It's not published yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
So The Drowned Generation. Salut, Captain, a boy said to me. In the morning, when I wake up, I hope to be well, not knowing the pain of the land we left behind, sailing away from the land of chopped fresh ginger sprinkled on a fresh wound. Can this boy hear me now? My stomach is bloated with gas. He bends me into an ease pose to relieve me. Heal yourself, he says. Only you carry the cure of your mind. I am calling out to you deep down your sleep. Am I afraid to be awake? I hear the sound of clashing chains in the mist. My mind pushes through these chains, sailing through a rough, stormy sea. I do not know where to go. Foreign stranger, sold to slavery. This is the newer century of nightmares. No one forces you. There are no whips, no masters, just you and your weird eyes. We both sell ourselves to the highest bidder, the boy adds. Your mind sells in the lost land. Thank you.
Wow, Diyo. I'm sure the audience is going to be clapping. The viewers are going to be clapping alongside as well tonight, and the audience will just. That's again another powerful piece from you. What was the thinking behind it?
So this has to do with technology. What's happening this day? So we tend to slave ourselves into things that are not benefiting us. So I took this. The thought behind this is that I, a refugee in the UK, come to the UK and then instead of finding pasture, I go and get stuck again in technology with my phone all the time. So instead, it's like two type of I don't know how to. I'm missing words here, but I leave a land to come find greener pasture, but end up being a slave into something else, which is technology, because we always on our phone like this. So yeah.
So you're drowning in it, and I think so instead of building relationship, meaningful change, you still get stuck in a rut that kind of confines you. I thought that's what I heard. Yeah. I can't wait for that. Now, the one thing that I would really like to hear from you, a privilege of an experience. You and I attended Avon. We had a residence in Avon just before lockdown started. What was your experience of that, and how has that built you? Because it's so prestigious to have access to that place.
Yes. So if I remember correctly, on that 5 days we spent there, I wrote 17 poems.
Wow.
Yeah. It was very intense, and then there was so much to learn, and the technique, the method that we learned, I still use them today. Malaika and Roja, they were amazing tutors.
I
Good
mean, those are
Chance.
great poets in the UK and globally.
Yeah.
They're renowned. So it was a
Um,
privilege to just sit with them every day. Yeah.
yeah, I think Malaika's always organizing something about poetry. Yeah, I forgot. My co-poet Sarah actually knows more about it. So and today I think on I got a poetry cave where I write all my poetry. I got about 56 poems, which very soon I'm gonna have my own book. Not being part of the collective, but it's still gonna be part of Good.
You as Diyo.
Yeah, because Good Chance is just a family.
Yeah.
So me as Diyo, I'll have those poems published one day. All will be amazing, and then all the experience learned from Avon, I put it in those poems. Taking my personal life experience, putting it in poetry, using the method from Avon, and also I also got tutored through Good Chance with Ni Aikwe. Is also a brilliant poet, and some of the poems that I'm writing now is just brush up because all those knowledge coming there, and then yeah.
That's brilliant. I can't wait for that poetry collection for you to publish your collection of poems. 56 is quite a lot more than I have done since we left Avon. I'm impressed, but definitely I have been inspired since then. Well, Diyo, looking forward to seeing you at the Poetry Cafe on the 23rd of April.
Yes, that's Saturday, this Saturday, the 23rd at 3:30 p.m. The doors open at 3 p.m. For people to just come, say hello, and then have a seat. 3:30 we start for about an hour max, and then yeah, just good work.
And where do people go for more information? On the Good Chance Theatre website, or where is that?
Yeah, you can go on the Good Chance Theatre, or there's a link that I can share.
Okay, yeah, if you share it with us, then we'll put it for our viewers on the lower third.
Yeah, so the link just tells you a lot about Change the Word, which is part of Good Chance, and then about the event as well, how we came to prepare this year's event, because every year just got a different story. Last year it was about lockdown, the sound of lockdown, and this year and the book title, I forgot to mention the book title, which is it's a very powerful book title.
Tell me.
The Weight of Feathers.
The Weight of Feathers.
It's something to make everybody think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a powerful one. So The Weight of Feathers is launching at the Poetry Cafe, and the book will be on sale there for £3 and normally selling for £5. But everybody's welcome, 3:30, and it's free at the Jubilee Centre in Sheffield.
Yes.
Lovely having you. Thanks so much, Diyo.
Thank you, Chiwe. It was amazing having me. Thank you.